Hello guys, and welcome back to Small World of Tanks. Today I'm bringing you the last few games in the Tier 9 Japanese TD, the Hori 1. I'm bringing you the good and the bad, mainly bad to be fair, but obviously that's what grinding is, right? You just got to get through it to get to the next tank. And I haven't particularly enjoyed the Hori that much. I'll explain why later, but we're going to just go first through this first catastrophic game. So my team, I wouldn't say has done too badly. We are going up the hill, and going up the hill is very important to take the hill. But you know, maybe we shouldn't totally ignore the J and K line, but it is what it is. Our light tanks are not really doing what light tanks should do. We're going to take just push the hill. Obviously we are facing tier 10s, so we are at a disadvantage as usual, but we get hit in the side there, a massive hit, just because. And we got 3 heavies camping at the base, so that's not a good sign. Yeah, it's just not looking good for us straight away. Some of the way the teams have acted. We get targeted by artillery, of course. Get hit again in the side. So yeah, just not a good game for me straight away. I've load premium because of these tier 10s in front of me. Hit that guy in the side. Nice first hit. We get a tiny bit assisted, as you can see. Load time. We got about 650 is about our alpha. Quite a long reload, considering we are TD with that. Put a lovely shot into that guy straight away. We pull back so we don't get hit. Yeah. No, I just don't understand why my team didn't do any better than it did. This guy's side on, but just angled enough apparently to bounce my premium round. Quite annoying that. As you can see, our team is already starting to crumble, but we're going to use what we can to get as much damage out as we can before the game ends. Waiting for this guy really has it in for me. Of course, derp straight into the fully aimed derp straight into the mud there. Of course, doesn't go anywhere near me, but of course splashes me for pretty much half what my health is left. So yeah, fantastic. Gotta love artillery. And yeah, that's a subject I'm going to be covering probably in my next video, guys. Is toxic tanks. I think that's going to be my next subject, but I had to get through this grind to really do that video, because I'm not playing very much, as you guys know. I'm really not playing very much at all at the moment, so obviously I cannot bring you these massive games. There you go again, miles away from me, but took off about 200 of my health. Fantastic. And as you can see, just while I was talking about that, our team is now just 6-13. Not really sure where I should be going. It's pretty much pointless at this point. Let's just try to get some shot into this guy, and there we go. Managed to put a lovely shot into that guy before I was taken out. So yeah, artillery. I mean, fantastic game, am I right? Now, obviously, that wasn't a very good game, but let's see where we end up on the scoreboard as a tier 9 in a tier 10 game. We only killed 3 tanks in the whole game, and of course, artillery, top of the team. Yeah, we were 3rd in that. Even with that disastrous game we had, we took 2 massive hits to the side. We took 2 or 3 hits from artillery, splashing us for a big portion of our health. Now we're on this map. This guy's going too slow. Managed to put a lovely shell into the back of him there. Now, like I said, not particularly a big fan of this tank. Mainly because I think it sits very, unfortunately, smack bang in the middle of turretless TDs. It's not stealthy enough, and shell velocity isn't fast enough or accurate enough to... There we go, artillery straight away. Isn't accurate enough to really be all that good at sniping. Yeah. Every artillery needs this. Is just not particularly good for sniping, but it's a turretless TD, and it's not particularly got all that good armor to really brawl or be on the front line either. So it sits really uncomfortably in the middle. Doesn't really specialize in anything, and that's kind of what you need for a TD these days. It's got to be like a Jag Tiger or a E100. Actually, I'd say that's a terrible example. Those are terrible tanks. But you got to be like an E4. So you got E4 is basically a heavy, right? It's got really good armor. It's got a semi-traversable turret, so you can actually brawl with heavy tanks and get up there and peek-a-boom and stuff like that. Or you want to be super accurate and stealthy. There you go, a bit of lag, that's always good. Or you want to be super stealthy and accurate, like a grilly, or a Panzerjäger, something like that. And unfortunately, this tank sits in the middle, unfortunately. And another thing is, again, unfortunately, you have a much better time if you just load premium. Premium has better shell velocity and better penetration, and since the shell velocity on this thing is pretty bad, this guy is doing what you should do. He's trying to get around behind me, but I don't know, he should have just worked that hill there right in front of me, else I would have struggled to pen him. He's doing what the second option would have been, is getting out around behind me, but luckily I've got the crew skill that makes me better at turning, so he couldn't get around me. So that's 3 tanks that are taken out, and just over the 3,000 combined. It's not bad. We're straight onto the premium AP at this point because we've run out of normal rounds, so this should make things a little bit easier for me. And yeah, it's quite an unusual game. The vast majority of my team, or all of my team, has gone down the 1-2 line, which is kind of good, but apparently they also went down the 8-9 line, and none of the enemy went that way, or not many of them did. And there we go, put another tank out, so that's 4. Something keeps aiming at me, I'm not sure what. The game is pretty much over at this point, and unfortunately we should have probably advanced quicker than this. As you can see, we're not terribly slow. We're not an E100 or a mouse or anything, but we're not super fast, and the whole of the team is in front of me, so I'm very unlikely we're going to get any more damage in this game. But we got about 4,000 combined and 4 kills. That ain't bad. That should be a good amount of XP. At this point, when I first started this last bit of the grind, I had 55,000-ish XP to go, and it took me, and I had lots of XP boosts, obviously. Unfortunately, had a lot of terrible games, and that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of turretless TDs at all. They're just not flexible. You kind of got to rely on the enemy team to come into your gun range. Like I said, it's not a brawling tank, so you can't really take the front. So that means you've got to wait for the enemy to make stupid mistakes. That was a very nice hit into that thing. A bit lucky as well because we weren't fully aimed either. Don't know what this guy in front of me is doing. He's just going straight out into the open. He's going to last about 5 seconds, I think. I think this is a yeah. So it's this. There are tier 10s in this game. I think it's also some tier 8s, and that's maybe why that guy's gone into the middle. He just wants to throw his tank away, get a quick bit of assisted damage, and then get into the next game, I guess. But maybe not. You know, some people do some crazy things and think they're making good plays, but who knows? So yeah, we're on vineyards. Not a map I particularly want to see in this tank, and you'll see why in a second. Unfortunately, it flew exactly where I wanted it to, but the Morat pulled back. And we've just got the one shot off, one damaging hit so far, and our team is already crumbling. And of course, this is one of those games where RNG really does hate me, and make just that's that problem with inaccurate kind of guns and things like that are a bit derpy. When you've got RNG as well, you know, even if you're the most accurate gun in the game, you can still miss because of horrible RNG. But then when you combined with a derpy gun, you can have games just like this where a lot of the shots just don't want to seem to hit. As you can see, we are now completely abandoned. My whole team is at the JK line, and we're going to get flanked here. Luckily this guy is not smart enough and drives right in front of me, and unfortunately no one is going to be supporting us, right? We're lighting up a massive part of the enemy team, and we're just getting absolutely hammered here. And of course, bit of luck there goes against us, and we're out of the game at this point. Trying to wait until we float like split second away. And yeah, my team just didn't really want to help at all in the slightest there. And yeah, not sure why my team gave up about 3/4 of the map. Now, if you watch my videos at all, you'll know that map control is pretty much wins you the game. If you've got the majority of the map under your control, you're just gonna more likely to win the game, really, because you're just going to be able to get shots from different angles at enemies and stuff. So again, this guy, you're thinking, right, easy, and he's fluffed his shots. Why that guy rammed himself to death? This guy was very lucky. And again, this guy, I'm not sure why, he's spotted and he's just sitting out in the open. Gets himself killed. Don't know why he didn't hide in between those buildings while he was spotted, and then waited a bit while not spotted, and then came out. But you know, these are the tight teams you got to play with, unfortunately. And I'm not sure why he sat in the cap. You're just going to draw the enemy to you. Yeah, there you go. Centurion AVRs will do Centurion AVR stuff. Don't need to bother aiming. And then this guy, why he decides to now go out into the open, these guys, I have no idea. Like, you had plenty of opportunity to come and help me, or sit on the other side of the map to actually help that flank. But once the whole flank had gone, and again, we're just reporting the old artilleries, because they're just terrible things to have in the game. And there you go. And then they decide, once the whole flank is gone and half the enemy team is staying unspotted and can shoot them, they decide that's the time to go out into the open. I mean, yeah, just amazing team. I mean, surprisingly, it's still, they still managed to take out a good portion of the team. Now, again, I'm really surprised by that. Just how surprising some of that is. And of course, it's always funny to watch a lot of these guys who have sat at the back all of the game. No, not artillery per se, because obviously that's what they got to do. But it's amazing how many people do not have sixth sense on their tanks, and you just think they're gonna die. Then when you've already died in the game and you're watching the last few teammates, and you're just thinking, right, can these guys pull off a win? And then you're watching them, and they got full health, and then you notice that they haven't even got sixth sense on. You're like, yeah, we're gonna lose this, no problem. I don't know if this guy's got sixth sense. Yeah, he's got sixth sense. Nice. And then AVRE, of course, doesn't even need to aim properly. And there you go, another loss, another quite bad loss. And again, not much we could have done there. We got about 4,000 combined. We came top of the team in a tier 10, and we died really early on compared to the rest of my team. So, I mean, I made a good account of myself, I suppose. That's all you can do. We're on Redshire here, and unfortunately, pretty much the majority of my team have ignored the 9-0 line. That's, a bit of a mistake, but I guess it depends on the enemy team, right? If they could all go the 1-2-3 line. And unfortunately, that's another problem. I'm camping here, waiting for the enemy to make mistakes. But if they don't come, then obviously it takes me a while to get over to the other side. It could all be over, and I could have got no damage whatsoever. But let's just wait and see if that's what the case. That's another problem with slower tanks. You can kind of miss the majority of the game, unfortunately, if you're in the wrong position. Trying to see where this guy is. It looks like he's in the middle of the map, so might be able to get a shot on him. Bit annoyed this guy's now blocking my shots to the left. But what are you gonna do? Honestly, he is a TD, but he's more of a heavy TD, that guy next to me. So it's a bit annoying that he's camping, to be honest. And a nice big hit into that guy. Under the right circumstances, that tank is OP as hell. But that's the thing, obviously it's now free. I'm putting the premium straight away. It's now free, so there's a lot of people who do not know how to play that tank very well playing it. So it might be the right time to try to go for a third mark of excellence if you like getting marks on your tanks, because they'll bring it down a bit. He's going side on. Of course, I hit one of the only areas that we can't pen. I was very annoyed because obviously it's quite a long reload. And I was like, oh, we could really get a lot of hit points off this guy, and we managed to put a lovely hit into him, but unfortunately he dies, and we can't put any more shots into him, unfortunately. Now I have to push out further than I would like. Very close to hitting that one. As you can see, very sluggish shells, very slow velocity, not particularly good at sniping, to be honest. Just seeing if we can hit this guy. Really want to help out our light tank here, and we do manage to land it, and we get our first kill of the game. and we get just under 2,000. So yeah, and then our team has advanced on the 9 line, so that was pretty much it. A couple of tanks on that side, so we're going to try to come up and support the 1-2 line, see if we can get any shots on these guys who are enemy team is now sitting in the cap. Looks like we should be able to win this game, right? As like I said before, we do have map control here, and obviously the only way they could probably win this is by pushing as many of their tanks out to delay our tanks, and a couple of them to sit in the cap and try to cap it out. But I just don't see that happening. Oh, that was a very lucky hit there. Hardly aimed at all. Like I said, very derpy gun for the most part. And yeah, it's just sat in the open. Might as well take our shot there. That's 2 kills. And about 3,000 combined. Nothing spectacular, but like I said, we are just grinding this out now. So as long as we win this one, that'd be a nice bit of XP. Now, the guy that was next to me is now getting in my way again. Now this guy is, it's just like, okay, what are you doing? Yeah, didn't really lead that, unfortunately. Just seeing where he's going, he looks like he's in the kind of, he's behind cover now, and he is going to be tricky to spot up. And we haven't got the massive advantage that I thought we did. It's only 5-3, so they could possibly pull this back, especially with that TD. The Borsig is really good, very stealthy, big gun. If we go in one at a time, he could help finish this game off. There's one tank that hasn't been spotted for a long time. I'm presuming he's probably camping in the A line, I expect. Be interesting to see what it is. Yeah, it's probably best that I start pushing now. A little bit slow to do this, unfortunately. Put in HE for that TD, and we've got 2 mediums, so could possibly get a pen on both of those as well. And it was a Panther 88 apparent, so that's now taken care of. It's only 2 tanks left, but there's only 4 of us, and one of us is artillery. I am on full health, so I'm happy to take a hit. Unfortunately, our heavy, was it heavy? No, it's a TD there, getting taken out. And luckily got tracked just at the right time. Massive hit into him, finished him off. Now we're putting in the normal AP rounds for the medium. Trying to wiggle around, trying to make sure the enemy can't predict where I'm going. If I get unspotted, he might take a blind shot. As you can see, we got about 4,000 combined. That's a very nice, decent game for this tank. So I'm more than happy. Just obviously, we've still got to get that win to get the XP. So yeah, we are. There he is, and he's a tier 9. And he's sitting at the back. Unfortunately, I was struggling here, and then didn't realise that actually I'm stuck behind a tank. Now he's at the back, so possibly he's not the best player, but he is a medium, and he's probably got a good chance of outspotting us. So so there is a chance he might pull this back. All he needs to do is go into position that he's outspotting us, take a couple of shots, relocate, and carry on doing that. But we'll have to see. He might try to just survive the battle and wait for the timer to tick down. That's always a possibility. That's kind of what I would normally do in this kind of situation. If I think there's pretty much no chance of me winning, I'll just try to avoid getting killed. Now, if I was on full health and I was in that tier 9, I would still be trying to win this battle. Because, yeah, if I had good view range, like I said, you could just, yeah, you could whittle us down. So he's got in the cap. I am trying to protect. I'm going to try to protect him because there could be a chance this guy might come in and try to stop the cap. Don't know why they. I don't know what it was, or it was it the ML2. Don't know why he's going to A. Literally saw him at A and he was moving away from A. Yeah, okay, could have been a double bluff and gone back, but unlikely. To be honest, I should have probably put in premium. I think I was doing that right here, thinking about putting in premium just for the extra shell velocity. We're going to sit in this bush. Not particularly well hidden. Probably going to get spotted, but our heavy's got into the cap. It's only 40 seconds left. I'm thinking he's probably just going to leave it and survive the battle, and trying to swing my tank around. Could probably put in my rations now. Yeah, there we go. Because we've only got 30 seconds left. Put in rations. Try to up my camo and spotting as well. And 5 seconds to go, and the timer gets reset. So someone is getting hit in our cap. I'm trying to see where it is. And then someone is pinging. So we're pushing down towards them. And he's fired another shot and he's reset the cap. So he kind of knows what he's doing. He's obviously hit the other tank that's in the cap. And he has taken out the artillery. He gets spotted. Oh, I'm very lucky shot, but that was a fun match. And we got about 4,000 combined. We only came third with 4 kills. The ML2 had 7 kills, to be fair. We make a little bit of money, which is nice. Don't make much money in this tank. I obviously have to load a fair few premium rounds in this damn thing to make it more workable. As you can see, we're not too far off. And yeah, on Karelia. So we're going to... The side of the map I tend to always go is the K0 line. Just because... I don't know why I always go in this way. I used to go the other flank a lot when I first started playing this game. They're just kind of swapped because there's tended to be more damage and stuff, opportunities down this line, to be honest. Right, tanks, 2 tanks out, 1 each side. Like I said, haven't got the best camo, so we've got to be careful here. So we're kind of trying to get in a good position here. We can roll down the hill and get out of dodge quickly if we get spotted. Waiting for a good opportunity. And of course, bounce off our shot. Put in our rations straight away. Unfortunately, kind of really want to be having premium in for that tank there. The Charlemagne took a massive hit and then got taken out. We didn't even track him, but he just didn't have fast enough reaction time to pull back after that first shot hit him. Ooh, someone take a pot shot at me there, and it was very, very close to me there. I quite often do that as well, because this is the TD line. Nothing's getting spotted right now. Tempted to just take a blind shot, but we got the... And that was a nice hit into the side of the Chrysler K. So we've had 2 penetrations so far. We've got one of our guys has committed suicide, and we are down 3 tanks. Oh, 5 tanks, sorry. And they're down to 13 tanks. So so they got that's what I meant. They got a 3 tank advantage on us at the moment, which, yeah, not good. As I can then look and see that our base is under pressure now. The whole of the other side flank is gone. We've just, even though the majority of our tanks went this way, we've kind of failed to push that flank, which is what you need to do. If you're going to take majority of your team one flank, you've really got to take that flank and take it quite quickly, else it's going to go, well, else they're going to be able to circle around you, and that's exactly what they've done. So yeah, it's not looking good for us, but ooh, we get you have to get a shot into this guy, and we do. He turns his turret, not get the best armor, the Patriot either, so we've managed to take him out, and then someone else gets spotted. It's a tier 9, unfortunately, and unfortunately he doesn't push out, and we track him but not penned him, unfortunately. That would have been very nice to take that guy out quickly. Unfortunately, and now the enemy is now pushing. Ooh, that was a quick flick on there, but we managed to take him out, which is nice. And just kind of waiting for these enemies to come in now. Probably, maybe, obviously a lot of these guys coming around here are TDs, so presuming they'll be lightly armored TDs, so we've got AP still in, and he just comes side on. Not sure why he chose that. I thought that was a good idea, but why we're getting TDs now pushing down the 0 line, yeah, it's pretty much all over at this point. Just need to take as many out as we can, get as much damage. As you can see, we're getting absolutely hammered right now. Trying to duck down into a better cover so that they were covered from the 0 line, but we can also hit the other line. Waiting for the got rations already, so I might be able to put out a couple more shots. Something took down that, so it's got to be a TD. There we go, lovely big hit into that guy. Put in them rations, try to get another shot off before the end of the game. Of course, should have had premium. I don't know how that guy survived that shot. Should have had enough penetration to pen that. And here we go. And of course, can't pen the bottom of a tank either, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we can get one more shot. That'd be nice. Hopefully into this guy, because he's been... There we go. Lovely hit into that guy. So we got 5,000. Highest damage so far, but of course in a losing game. And we do manage to finish him off, which is very nice. So almost 6,000 damage there. Would have loved an extra bit of damage, but yeah, would have loved to have gotten over just over 6,000, but there was no way we were winning that one. We only got 4 kills though. So we took out half of the enemies that were taken out. So that, you know, we did what we could. Quite honestly, I don't know what else we could have really done. Maybe supported the other flank, but like I said, just hopes that our team would be able to push through, and they just stalled on that corner and just couldn't get past them. As you can see, only one enemy tier 9 was killed. Yeah, pretty bad game, but we only came second on our team as well. But look at the scores on our team. Very little damage from the rest of the team. So we are on Lakeville and we're trying to get into this position. Just haven't got the engine power, unfortunately. So we just go past that. There's no artillery, so yeah, I'm definitely coming to this spot on the valley. Basically, yeah, if there's artillery, I tend to just avoid this corridor because it's just asking for trouble, asking to get hit and killed by artillery. So we put in HE because, you know, obviously you presume that enemy tanks with good turret armor are going to be coming up here and just showing their turrets. So the Morat, which is quite an OP tier 10, just rolls straight down into the enemy team to get absolutely obliterated. Oh, actually, sorry. No, yeah, no. He's not quite dead yet, to be fair. But he's soon going to be. I'm not sure why they did this. So we got one guy out of the game already. And then, yeah, the Morat just got himself killed for some reason. Not sure what he was thinking. So it's not looking good. Really isn't looking very good at all at the beginning of the game. When you got two of your tanks taken out pretty sharpish. And then one of our other teammates decides to push after watching the Morat get absolutely swarmed and destroyed. He decides to go down too. We lost the Conqueror, which is a very good tank. And we just lost our Type 4 Heavy. So we are down 4 tanks in a few seconds. Not sure why our Death Star is now pushing up, since he has no armor to speak of. It's just a matter of time before they push, because they've already taken out so many of us. I would have just, if I was the Death Star, I would have just left it. I'm already pulling back, so I'm expecting them to push at any second. Just trying to give me a little bit of extra time to do a little bit of extra damage. So yeah, this is the last game for my video today, guys, and my replays. If you did like it, give it a like and subscribe. We're bringing you more videos in the not so distant future. As you can see, Death Star, brilliant, well done. Yeah, and obviously pushing heavily here. We pushed. Luckily bounced that shot. That guy's just absolutely dead at this point. Finally, our TD's turned round to help, and for some reason he's just pushing out into the open. I'm pushing around the corner here. I am trying to get out of dodge here. And this is the type of games you can get. It's just a little bit ridiculous. And put a lovely shot into the side of his, and he didn't force shoot back at me for some reason. Maybe he didn't want to take that hit from that guy next to me, but yeah. Why push out and get hit if you're not going to shoot back? Yeah, and the team's absolutely crumbling again. And this is, yeah. And we bounced, unfortunately. And now it's just seconds before defeat, really. He's just sitting out in the open. Lovely hit into him. And we just got hit in the back. So we now got enemies shooting us from the rear. Got enemies from front. Not really sure what to do here. But a lovely shot into the guy and leave him on 86 health. That is just fantastic. This guy is pushing me. And of course, yeah, we just can't. Just can't. Got ammo damage there as well. Yeah, so we do have the tier 10 now, luckily. No more pain of having to grind through this line anymore, which is kind of nice. And we can get on to some nicer, more flexible tanks. Anyway, see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.